Hey, all gravity, any evening above ground living. So, if you were in the first live, hopefully you're in this one. If not, then I understand. Yes, Brother Torian, I got all the time today. Beauties of having 2 days off in a row. But yeah, you knew we had to talk about this one, family. Jimmy Kimmel lost his show today because he was dumb. Why did he lose his show? Because he decided to do a Charlie Kirk joke. Now I get it. Everybody gets to do Charlie Kirk jokes. But when you're being paid by a network, there's just certain ways you can go. Because they have to be beholden to broadcasters, and they also have to be beholden to stockbrokers. And Disney, for Disney trying to be edgy, they know where the limit is. Apparently, Charlie, I won't even say that. Jimmy Kimmel didn't know where the line was. By the way, I wonder how his friend Howard Stern is going to react to this tomorrow if he's on the air. You know, at Howard's old age now, he can just broadcast wherever he wants. But yeah. Hey baby, 2025 been strange. They pulled in this man's show, and then all of a sudden Charlie Sheen come back outside. Everybody interviewing him. Charlie Sheen back outside.
I didn't expect to hear that.
Mm-hmm. Charlie Sheen doing all the interviews with all the right wingers. Is the chicken hidden? I don't know. I usually like to let my curry chicken rest for about a day in the pot, but I was hungry. So that what it looked like right there. I was hungry. But we're going to play what old Jimmy Kimmel said. Now, I'm going to warn y'all. I didn't listen to it, so I don't know what he said. But if this going to trigger you and you're a Charlie Kirk fan, don't blame me. Blame this man. Here we go.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered.
Okay, so it sounds like he did this on Monday because he said over the weekend. So I'm guessing this was the first show on Monday.
Charlie Kirk is anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on the human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir? I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yeah. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition.
Jason Brady. They literally just pulled his show off the air. That's the definition of losing your show. He's not getting paid tonight, even though he has a contract. I bet you in about 4 hours, the Jimmy Kimmel show ain't gonna be in that 11:35 slot. How much you want to bet? I bet you they got an episode of The Rookie lined up. How much you want to bet? If they're smart, if Disney's smart, and this would be a really gangster move for them, I would put Captain America: Brave New World in that time slot. They'd have record ratings.
This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
Okay. So since somebody interrupted what I said, we're going to play it again, uninterrupted. And then we're going to talk about it.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points.
Let me look.
From it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some...
Oh, he was being racist?
But on a human level, you can see how hard the president...
I love how... Hold up. I'll wait till this finishes.
last day and a half, sir? I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition. Construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
Wait a minute. This is the joke they said that he needed to lose his show over? He was more making a joke about Trump. I thought he said something bad about Charlie Kirk. This fool put up the wrong video. Huh? Let me see. Maybe it's this one.
Over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than...
Oh, it's the same joke. Wait, this is the joke? I don't like Jimmy Kimmel, but I'm just saying that's the joke, y'all. I thought he said something. But anyway, damn, this curry chicken hitting. This is why I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. Because of this here.
Sometime at night, Paul Malone look up at sky and say, what the hell going on up there? UFO live on other planet, phoning home like E.T.? Paul Malone read on TV about white people getting deducted by aliens, sticking all kind of hell up their butt. And that's a damn thing. Now, Paul Malone never seen no flying saucer himself, but if he do, that's going to be a spooky time. That's why Paul Malone say government got to step up and give 102% to keeping them little green man off this here earth. Because the day them dudes stick something up Paul Malone butt, that ain't going to be no good time for nobody, especially Paul Malone.
He really had to dress up like that? He couldn't get a black man to do it? He just wanted an excuse to dress up in blackface. And this wasn't the only skit he did about Karl Malone. Got this one. Got this one. Got that one. He dressed up like Oprah. Huh. Let me look.
Disney and the ABC network are taking Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air indefinitely. This follows a controversy over
Indefinitely. But you're right, Jason Brady. He didn't lose his show.
About Charlie Kirk's
Indefinitely.
killer and the
You don't never want to hear that word.
and their reaction to the assassination. Let's get straight to CNN's chief media affairs correspondent Brian Stelter. Brian, what is going on?
That's right. This is fast developing this afternoon, Jake, amid pressure from the Trump-aligned FCC. And in the past few minutes, ABC confirmed to CNN that Kimmel's show will be off the air indefinitely. We have not yet heard from Kimmel or his representatives. That's how quickly this has been developing. But let's back up and look at what Kimmel actually said on the...
I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like Disney's gonna pull his show and just pay out his contract. Good main journal news. You're lucky I didn't have any lobster. It would have been worse. You'd have been here, the cracking of the shells. Let's get it.
Program that has caused controversy. This is from Monday night in his Monday evening monologue. Kimmel suggested that the...
I ain't gonna hold you, family. They be the same ones in a ramen bar mad at people slurping their noodles. Nasty word.
Killer of Charlie Kirk.
Yes, that's George Costanza, for those who didn't know.
The MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. He said in between the finger pointing, there was grieving. Kimmel is expressing what we've heard some other liberals say in recent days, that the motives are unclear and that maybe the suspect in this case was a Republican.
Yes, J-Dub, they pulled the show indefinitely.
Of course, there has been a lot
I'll be nice tonight.
in recent days.
We won't mirror the video.
Pointing in other directions about the suspect. But Kimmel was on the air talking about this, making a very serious commentary amid his jokes in his monologue Monday night. Here's where it became interesting earlier today. The FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, went on a far-right webcast and condemned Kimmel and urged ABC to suspend him. He also talked about possible regulatory punishments of Disney because there are lots of different stations that have licenses with the FCC. Within the past hour, we've heard from a big owner of stations that have affiliations with ABC.
Wait, whoa.
In the past hour, we've heard
Why is this in there? CNN, y'all screwing up again.
from a big owner of stations that have affiliations with ABC, a company called Nexstar, saying that they were going to suspend Kimmel's show on their station. So in other words, about 24 stations were refusing to air Kimmel's show tonight as a result of this controversy. And then following word that some of those stations were basically revolting against Kimmel, Disney, the parent company of ABC, decided to yank the show entirely. So that's all we know at the moment. We know that Kimmel will not be on the air tonight or for the foreseeable future because the network says the show has been yanked off the air indefinitely.
Brian, just to take one issue, your interpretation of what Kimmel said, I think...
Shout out to George Costanza.
The Carr had and the one that the individuals at Nexstar have. But
I'm sorry, Art Vandelay. Shout out to Art Vandelay.
What he said specifically was, quote, the MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. That can be read in several ways. That could be heard in several ways. It could also be it could also be argued he's saying that what the MAGA gang is doing is just
make sure you hit the like.
Don't have any ownership of
you got almost 1,000 people in here. I'm gonna let y'all go off tonight.
This horrible person was part of them. I mean,
I think you're making a very important point.
Yeah,
You're making a very important point. And let's take it a little bit step further. This was all on Monday night. Nobody seemed to notice this yesterday, Jake. This all erupted in the past few hours when the Trump-aligned FCC chairman decided to point at it. Now, I've heard from him in the past few minutes, Brendan Carr, thanking Nexstar for doing the right thing by yanking the show. He has not yet commented on ABC yanking the show altogether across the entire country. But let's remember that when Stephen Colbert's show was canceled over the summer, what did President Trump say? He said, next up will be an even less talented Jimmy Kimmel. It is clear that pro-Trump allies have been trying to target ABC over Kimmel for several weeks now, and tonight they've prevailed.
Yeah, Brian Stelter, thanks so much for that breaking news. Let's go.
Sure, it's George Costanza. He's actually been targeting Kimmel for years, but, you know, it's okay.
Right to the panel. And let me first start by showing, I wondered what was going on earlier today when I saw this pop up on Twitter. This is the FCC.
Let's see if we can get to 1,000.
Carr on a far-right podcast talking about what Kimmel's comments were. Let's roll that tape.
You know, when you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. Obviously, there's calls for Kimmel be fired. I think, you know, you could certainly see a path forward for suspension over this. And again, the FCC is going to have remedies that we could look at.
Joe.
Hey, we hit 1,000. That's a blessing. Make sure you hit the like.
I don't think this is a legal issue. I don't think this can be pointed to the FCC.
If that ain't a Batman villain, I don't know what is. This is Professor Pig. Boy, I tell you, boy.
The Trump administration and say, well, this is about them going after Kimmel because of what he said. Personally, I think it's more of a cultural issue, and I got to tell you.
Who is the cowboy? What are we doing?
I have not been comfortable watching late-night television for 15 years because when you have conservative leanings, and you're constantly mocked, and you constantly feel like you're doing something wrong, you shut it off. You don't watch it anymore. And then what happens?
Really? I haven't watched late night TV since they took Arsenio off the air in early 2010s. I just turn on anime or I watch something on Peacock. By the way, shameless plug. I know Peacock is not gonna give me any money for this, but they put Baywatch on there. The greatest sitcom. Well, I shouldn't say it's a sitcom. The greatest show ever made. I ain't gonna hold.
Happens is it's circular. If the host doesn't have that audience,
Watch Gutfeld. Nah, Gutfeld be cussing too much now. We good.
keeping an audience like that, it goes in circles, and at some point, you get things like this where you say things, and that wasn't the full quote. The further quote was that he mocked President Trump for flying the flags at half-staff in remembrance of Charlie Kirk, and said it's like grieving of a 4-year-old, as a 4-year-old grieves for a goldfish.
No,
That was the full quote. There.
Well, the full quote,
But he was talking about the way Trump answered the reporter. Why didn't you add that context to it? Kim, okay, fine, you can be pissed. You're still supposed to have decorum. That's not the internet, sir. That's a cable television network. You know, one that is bound by FCC rules. He said that at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't think the FCC takes too kindly to that. Just saying.
quote was, I think he ran the clip of a reporter asking President Trump how he was doing with the death of Charlie Kirk.
No,
And
Florp, we
President
can't release a
Trump
Kraken.
said, I think
Sidney
I'm
Powell's
going
not
to jail.
around.
He proceeded to talk about the ballroom that was being built on the White House grounds. I think that was the full context. I didn't say any of this. I'm just trying to present as
Why are you internalizing this, you
picture
idiot?
of what did happen. Ellie, this is the FCC commissioner. I don't think we have seen an FCC commissioner this aggressive in our lifetimes.
You a damn lie. You see how they lie? Where did Jake Tapper get his degree from? And how long I'm starting to think he was born out of a pod. I need to see a young picture of Jake Tapper. Kind of like we all want to see a young picture of Morgan Freeman. The man was 15 when he had a mustache. That's crazy. Jake Tapper, you saw the FCC go after rappers in the 90s. You saw the FCC go after Howard Stern every day. Don't stop this. The FCC literally, and I'm sorry for using this term, but I think it's apropos here. They waged a jihad on networks for showing racy content in the 90s. NYPD blew anybody. They got in trouble with the FCC in the first season for showing too much ass. Or did we forget about that? They went after the black sitcoms they said they were being too edgy. In Living Color, anybody. Saturday Night Live. Especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, where they had arguably their best cast ever. But you would say you've never seen the FCC go this aggressive. What happened when Bush 2 was in office? Chappelle Show, anybody? Oh, okay.
Well, what do you think of it all? So, to the point of whether there's a legal element here, I think Joe's right. Like, the First Amendment says Congress shall make no law, which means you can only enforce the First Amendment against the government. So, can Jimmy Kimmel sue? No, he can't sue ABC for making a decision to remove him. That's a private entity. But what Donald Trump is doing repeatedly is he's expanding his executive power in two ways. One, I would say, is precedented. That's the traditional stuff. I have more authority to hire and fire executive branch officials. I don't have to respond to Congress, that kind of thing. He's fighting that out in the court. We've seen that before. What's unprecedented, however, is the way Donald Trump is using official power from the FCC on to go after universities, law firms, and media companies.
My guy, I get what you're saying. This is not about the universities right now. Let's keep it on Jimmy Kimmel. Come on now. This is not time for your soapbox. You're going to slip off and bust your head. Let's keep it on Jimmy Kimmel. Thank you so much.
On policy or on politics. That is new. We've not seen that from any president before.
This is actually...
You literally saw it from Bush, but
that's
okay.
What this is. The chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, Brent Carr, added on Benny Johnson's podcast that the broadcasters, including ABC, have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with it an obligation to operate in the public interest. Elsewhere in the interview, Carr attacked Kimmel as talentless and suggested the late-night comedian's comments displayed some sort of, quote, desperate irrelevance. Is that what we want the FCC chairman to be
It's a
doing?
very slippery slope, and there's a pattern. We keep talking about it like it's not happening, and it just keeps happening over and over and over again with folks he disagrees with. I'm a Democrat. I'll say what happened to Charlie Kirk is disgusting. We should have a court. If he did it, he should be prosecuted to every extent of the law. We shouldn't have to say that. That's just common sense. But we also should say the First Amendment matters to everybody, whether they agree or they disagree. And I just think that what we're going through right now is unprecedented. It's unseemly, and I think that it's really getting out of hand because it's just happening more and more and more with folks who disagree.
We do have the clip that Jimmy Kimmel said Monday night. Let's obviously.
We already. For those who didn't hear it at the beginning, because I played it twice, we'll let them play
This
it.
is not the
Over
entire
1,500 in the building. Make sure you hit the like.
monologue. This is just one clip of it, but this is what he said.
Come on, help me crash YouTube.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Now, the way that Fox covered what he just said there was Kimmel suggests Kirk assassin was one of the MAGA gang, despite reports of leftist leaders. I don't know that I think that is an accurate description, but they have the First Amendment to write what they want to write.
Wait, what?
The job of the FCC is not to regulate and police content. It's not, do we like this? Does this make us...
What do you think the FCC is... Oh, no. Sir, what do you think the FCC is there for, sir? They're supposed to regulate people from going too far. What are you Oh, no. CNN, this is why you got sold. This is why Warner Brothers wants to kick you to the curb like an old prostitute. No, he didn't just say that.
To write what they want to write.
The job of the FCC...
What's that, J-Dub? YouTube pulled Afro Lee's Kirk video? I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did.
FCC is not to regulate and police content. It's not, do we...
Oh, good God, sir. They have to approve the content, you dork. Oh, Lord. Who mans is this? By the way, screenshot. Sir, if the FCC don't like what you put out, it don't go on the air. And if you do put it on the air and they see something they don't like, they pull it. You get a fine. Are you insane? Oh, no. Okay. Continue talking with the dumb expression on your face. Go ahead.
Does this make us comfortable or uncomfortable? I don't like anything about what Jimmy Kimmel said. I agree with Joe. I find his comments reprehensible, but it's not the FCC's job to say, do we like this or do we not? And the FCC, of course, is a government actor. And I'm thinking sort of off the top of my head here, but if ABC wanted to fight this, clearly they don't because they made the decision to dispatch or suspend Jimmy Kimmel. If they wanted to fight this, they might have a basis to go into court the same way that law firms have gone into court, and Harvard, among other universities, have gone into court and said, this is an overextension of government power.
Trump and them would love for Disney to sue them in court. They would love it. ABC's not that stupid. Their shareholders are not that stupid. They're going to say, fine, Jimmy, you got to sit down for a while. We might even fire you altogether, and you might have to take that show to YouTube. And we go find the next person. Trust and believe. We might have a decision by Monday. I think by Friday they'll fire him. That's just what I think. I think he's gone. Good, Wayne. If I'm so dumb, you can leave. Nobody will miss you. You're right. It's not an FCC violation because he should be protected under the First Amendment, but people got mad at what he said and called up ABC and made us think about it on social media. I don't want to hear this dude no more. This dude is dumb. Let me see what they're saying on here. No, that's not that. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. Steven Crowder, Jimmy Kimmel is an absolute piece of ish. Last time I checked, gay Antifa losers with gay trans boyfriends don't constitute one of us. Okay. I don't care about none of that. Charlie Kirk said Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny. I cannot express in words nonverbal cues of telepathic communication to the extent to which I despise Jimmy Kimmel. He represents all the ugly traits that could be embodied in a person. I could give you worse people, but, you know. Okay. The higher-ups, when they saw Jimmy Kimmel say something that egregious, knowing that this was their opportunity to take his already failing to show off the air. Okay. What this be? Somebody send me something. Guess not. They go Pancake Critter, try to jump on a griff. I ain't knocking the hustle. They put Charlie Kirk's tweet right back up. Y'all ain't right. Major breaking. Disney's ABC's pulling Jimmy Kimmel off air nationwide, effective immediately and definitely following his remarks about Charlie Kirk's deletion. This may be the end of Kimmel's career. Jimmy Kimmel crying about gun violence versus Jimmy Kimmel making jokes about Charlie Kirk being assassinated. There can be no unity. Okay, fine. Anytime you watch a clip of Johnny Carson, you realize what a steaming piece of trash Jimmy Kimmel and late night comedy have become. I know I'll get a copyright for playing this, so we're just going to move on. Jimmy Kimmel pulled Holy Ish. The milk toast. Okay. I don't know who you are. I don't speak alligator. You good. Breaking on Fox News, Jimmy Kimmel fired for ABC. He was not fired by ABC. Stop telling that lie. He just got his show pulled. He's not canceled and he's not fired yet. Holy crap, we did it. ABC to pull Jimmy Kimmel's show indefinitely following vile commentary about Charlie Kirk. Let's see. Jimmy Kimmel has sucked for years and deserved to be fired forever after joking about Charlie Kirk assassination, spreading blatant lies. Good riddance, okay? Oh, Pancake Critter came back and said something else. Let me get something straight. So the Democrats are more outraged by ABC canceling Jimmy Kimmel than Charlie Kirk being deleted. That should tell you everything you need to know. I ain't even see no Democrats say anything. How you know Democrats said something? I'm in the Jimmy Kimmel thread. I don't see any Democrats saying that this is wrong, except those on CNN. And it's funny, he talk about they mad, but I only see number right-wingers. Major networks should just show old reruns of Living Color, Mad TV, and Mr. Bean to replace Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert. Why? So they can... hold up. First off, let me see. Okay, you fool. You do realize that Living Color made hella jokes about white people. No. First off, Fox wouldn't allow that, number one. Number two, no. Y'all would be offended after the first show. Didn't y'all say Jim Carrey's woke? Why would you want to see something with Jim Carrey in it? Number two, Mad TV. Shh. Off rip, the E-racist skit would piss y'all off. They was making fun of everybody, including conservatives. So no. And Mr. Bean, nah. Oh, now y'all want British comedy. Okay. All right. CJ Pearson, the left is about to melt down over Jimmy Kimmel's how being canceled. Yeah, he wrote that. His how. Not his, he didn't cancel his why, his where, his who, or his what. He just canceled his how. You're right, J-Dub. It would get better. It would get better ratings, but check this out. They would be offended. Let's see what TikTok is saying about Jimmy Kimmel.
Someone to make it make sense.
Because we know they mad. True patriot. I see a lot of MAGA over here. Ooh, what's this?
We've got some alarming breaking news this evening. ABC just announced that it's pulling Jimmy Kimmel off the air indefinitely due to his recent comments about the Charlie Kirk shooting. It seems ABC was forced to make this decision after Nexstar, one of the biggest owners of TV stations
Why does he look like the son of Bob Saget?
in the United States, said it wouldn't air Kimmel on its ABC stations starting tonight. Nexstar owns 23 stations with ABC affiliations across the country. And the company
No, D-Mac, they're not against cancel culture right now.
said in a statement, Nexstar's owned and partner television stations affiliated...
Okay, we know all this. I don't care. I need somebody to give me some hard-hitting commentary. Come on now. This is supposed to be TikTok. Everybody is talking on TikTok. Come on now.
So let me get this straight. Jimmy Kimmel is being suspended indefinitely. Right?
Give me something.
In other words, you could say that Jimmy Kimmel is being suspended indefinitely for exercising his First Amendment right of freedom of speech. He is being persecuted by the powers that be for just speaking and having a difference of opinion. But I've been told for many, many years, and especially very recently, that I shouldn't be upset with when someone displays a difference of opinion, because they're just exercising their freedom of speech. So make it make sense. Which is it? Can you use your freedom of speech, or can you only use your freedom of speech if it suits a certain narrative? Can you express certain differences of opinion, but only if it supports a certain narrative?
That's why y'all need to get away from these parties. That's why you need to get away from these ideologies. Just be independent. Be yourself. Think for yourself. But we continue. Uh-oh.
So if you did not think we were in the bad place now, we actually are. Jimmy Kimmel Live has been pulled indefinitely after he
She got a nice following.
about Charlie Kirk.
Oh, of course. She's in Atlanta. Let's get it.
It's been pulled indefinitely. We don't know if it's ever going to be coming back. This is just hours after the chairman of the FCC, Brendan Carr, you can see the face right here, you can put a name to it, essentially warned ABC over his comments. Now, if Nexstar sounds familiar, they just bought the CW and they're reworking all their stuff to make it the Christian network. And they apparently have a lot of pull. They have over 200 stations that aired the show nationwide. And
Correct. They have money in this. Yes, they have licensing fees involved in this. Yes, it was going to hurt their licensing fees, which was going to hurt their broadcasting fees, which was also going to hurt their sponsorships. They were thinking about the money. Because we know what would have happened. If they would have stuck with him, you would have started seeing major sponsors pull. They can't have that. Because they know how hard it is to bring him back. I'm telling you, I think by Friday they're just going to pay out his contract, or it's going to go into that arbitration, and they're going to get rid of him. I think that. And they're probably going to have guest hosts until they figure out who's going to do it. That's just what I think.
Fortunately, this will not be the last time something like this happens. We are going to see a lot of people who are vocal be silenced, whether it's their talk show, their TV show, their movie. We just saw it happen with Stephen Colbert, and I know they're kissing the ring right now, but I feel like SNL might be next on the chopping block. I'm not going to...
SNL been on the chopping block for about a decade now. That's why you're seeing all the older cast members leaving. One of them just left today. The African chick just left today, or a couple days ago. They all use that to go into Hollywood. Which is fine. Do your thing.
gonna lie, it's gonna be hard for a lot of us who are affected by these policies and by this hate to even do our jobs. And it's
Wrong. Y'all need to know how to be controversial without being shock jocks. That's the problem with social media today. Everybody wants to get in front of a camera and be shocking because you want everybody to watch you. There's ways to be controversial and still get your point across, and people can't say that you're doing too much. But y'all want the following. You want the quantity. You don't want the quality. That's why y'all be bragging about when y'all go viral. Consistently. What else we got?
Jimmy Kimmel has been canceled.
He looks like... I'm sorry. Most High, forgive me. He looks like Rocky Dennis and Tim Tebow did the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z. What is up with his chin, bruh? Is Jay Leno your father? I mean, if he is, shout out to him. You will inherit a fortune and a whole bunch of cars that are probably going to need hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep maintained because they don't make them parts no more.
Definitely for one of his jokes.
I tell a lie. He looks like Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix, is this your son?
On last night's show.
Some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew flags at half-staff, which got some criticism.
Wait a minute, sir. Is that your job on your T-shirt? You better be careful. MAGA gonna cancel you.
But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
Why you want to see my face?
So Nexstar released this statement. They are affiliated with this show, and they're the company who was not happy about this joke going live last night. They put out a statement pretty much condemning what Jimmy had said on the air. So it looks like Jimmy is going to join Stephen Colbert and James Gordon. Oh, I almost forgot about him. And a bunch of other people who are being canceled on late night television. What do you guys think in the comments below?
I care less. Keep going. News Nation. Let's see what News Nation says. Oh my God.
Breaking news, Jimmy.
She looks crazy. We're gonna let it rock though. Go ahead.
Kimmel, his late night show, apparently
She looks like the conservative version of Kathy Griffin.
is suspended indefinitely. The move is coming shortly after our parent company.
Good. My friend, I could care less how I sound. I got 1,000 people listening to me talk.
Over the host's comments about the assassination of Charlie Kirk Monday night. Andrew Alford, the president of Nexstar.
Whole white baby. What I want you to do is copy your question and write it again. After this video's over, I'm gonna answer it.
Comments were, quote, offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our nation's political discourse.
No. Anyway, to answer your question, what's going to happen to the right when the left wins next time? The pendulum swings both ways. That's what happens. It keeps going. All right, go ahead. Those eyebrows are crazy. Hey, baby, I found somebody from Dragon Ball Z's universe. Look at these eyebrows. Are we sure she's not a Saiyan?
In case you had any doubts left.
I think so. I think you have to see these eyebrows. I think she's a Saiyan.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired. Jimmy Kimmel was, do you want to know what he said? Because they're not even going to play his monologue. He said this on Monday. The MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other.
Is she a descendant of Vegeta?
And doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was breathing.
Is she from Universe 6?
Then the FCC chair, Brendan Carr, went on a right-wing podcaster show.
Oh my God, she's boring. Never mind. I thought Saiyans were fun. She is the most boring Saiyan I've ever seen. All right, who's this? What is up with these TikTokers sound? Why is it so low?
Because he didn't like his jokes about Trump and didn't like the fact that the comedian made a totally valid analysis of what Republicans were doing post Charlie Kirk's killing. Horrific. The head of the FCC, Donald Trump's guy, threatened ABC
Okay.
and said he was going to take away their broadcast.
AAP, with eyebrows like that, I expect her to save the world. I expect if we beat up her best friend, she's going to lose control. That's what I expected.
Cast license unless they did something about comedian Jimmy Kimmel. ABC turned around and canceled the show.
I don't care. Your sound being low is pissing me off. Let me see what. Oh, she's verified? What you got going on?
The same people that bitched and
Why can't y'all have sound like her? And she verified. Come on, let's get it. Now, she said politics, culture, and fitness. All of y'all better not say nothing wrong. We don't fat shame around here. We don't do that.
complained for the last decade about freedom of speech and cancel culture just got Jimmy Kimmel's very successful late night show completely taken off the air indefinitely because he said something that they didn't like. At the same time that's been going on, the president of the United States has been filing defamation lawsuits against major media outlets to the point that they just settle so that...
But he's been doing that before he even said that, man. He just settled with CBS. What are you talking about? This was nothing... Okay, go ahead. You're making a point. Go ahead.
They don't have to have it drawn out in court. If you think that freedom of speech is protected in America right now, you are not paying attention.
Well, y'all are about to get sold to Oracle, so, I mean, that's going to fuck up y'all's money, but y'all don't care about that. I understand. Trump meeting with Xi Jinping on Friday, and TikTok might be sold on Friday to Oracle and Silver Lake, but y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all, I get it. Ooh, he has a whole TikTok page. Let me look. Where's the last video he put up? This one? Time for you and Colbert to make your own show. Trump ruined the media. They said that an hour ago, so they all over it. They arguing in the comments. I don't care. We saw that video. We saw that one. We saw him. Oh, Lord. Why is she near a road sign when she's doing this? Oh, this should be fun.
Road is closed for Jimmy Kimmel. He's been yanked off the air.
This lady went outside, found a road sign so she could do this video. Oh, no. Oh, no. This should be fun.
This is a notification I just received. I'm coming back from physical therapy, and I see this. And my first thought was the song, One Down.
So you didn't go home. You went on the street next to a road sign near traffic to do this. Oh, no. She didn't even do it in the car. Okay.
One to go. Stephen Colbert, 2 nights ago, winning the Emmy Award, Everyone's Cheering, you know, The Great Sacrifice, and now Jimmy Kimmel pulled off the air. Let me tell you what he said. So I just did a quick Google search on this. So this is what Jimmy Kimmel allegedly said on Monday night. Quote, "We hit some new lows over the weekend with the mega gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can do to score political points from it," end quote, Kimmel said. So published today on my PR Breakdown podcast, it's about the fallout.
I wonder. I don't want to hear what she's talking about no more. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Let's see what they're going to put in their slot. What is going in Jimmy Kimmel's pause slot? Let's see what they're going to play. Other programming in its typical slot. Okay, so they don't know. I'm guessing they're going to play an episode of The Rookie. I'm guessing. But as I said at the beginning, if they really want to be gangster, they should put an episode. They should put Captain America: Brave New World right there. But I know they won't do that. Let's see. Okay, so they didn't say. All right. I guess we'll go back to TikTok. I don't know what this woman's talking about.
Did you all hear what Jimmy Kimmel said last
Another
night?
one with low volume.
It was absolutely insane. He stood on national television and claimed that the suspected assassin of Charlie Kirk was part of MAGA. And that's just flat out false. Every credible report says the exact opposite. This wasn't a conservative. This wasn't some waving a red hat at a Trump rally person.
This happened on Monday.
He was radicalized by far-left progressive ideology in dark corners of the internet. And yet, Jimmy Kimmel takes that and tries to smear millions of Americans who had nothing to do with it. That's not comedy. That's political propaganda. And here's the real problem. When the media lies like this, it doesn't just attack MAGA. It erodes trust, and it divides the country, and it weaponizes tragedy to scorch.
Yeah, you found out something we found out about 10 years ago. Cool. Ooh. Now, we got to click this one. She looked live.
Besides Jimmy Kimmel being literally the most unfunny fucking person ever, you...
Oh, yeah, she got to be Italian. She got to be Italian. Let's get it.
ruined your career because guess what? As Trump would say, you're fired. Your ass is fired, and
He didn't get fired though, but okay, you got it.
Oh, your show is cooked. You probably shouldn't go up in front of all of the people that watch your stupid fucking late night show and say that the assassin who just killed Charlie Kirk was MAGA when it's been proven over and over and over that he's not. By police, by his family, by everyone. But you have such bad TDS. You have such bad TDS that your ass just got fucking fired. And you know why your ass just got
No, I'm not MAGA. I'm from New York. That's why I said Italian.
fired by Disney? Because Disney learned their lesson when they fired the last girl on Mandalorian because she was talking about not wearing masks and was questioning the COVID vaccine, and they fired her and she sued them and she won. They didn't want that again, did they? So, bye-bye, you're gone. Besides Jimmy Kimmel being literally the most...
Why did she have to bring up Gina Carano? But, okay. All right. Sure. Oh, they don't even want me to play that one. It must not be live. Oh, Lord. Okay. Unfortunately, family, we got to play Harry J. Sissy. I'm sorry. God damn it. Fuck.
ABC just indefinitely pulled Jimmy Kimmel's show off the air, essentially after...
You damn sure didn't pull your hair with a comb before you went and did this. What is this? I'm going to leave him alone.
...request of Donald Trump over comments he made about Charlie Kirk. We are witnessing one of the most brazen attacks on free speech in modern American history. Shortly before ABC made their announcement, Nexstar Media, one of the largest U.S. TV station owners, said it will also pull ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live after his remarks, putting out this statement calling his comments offensive and insensitive. Nexstar is one of the largest affiliates of ABC, so it was a significant announcement. And as I said, this was essentially a request from Donald Trump, because earlier today, Trump's FCC chair, Brendan Carr...
No, what's diabolical is this man's wearing a sweatshirt in the middle of late summer. I can't listen no more. I can't do it. He making me hot listening to him. Pause. Ugh. Oh my. Now, do y'all want me to play this one? She had to go outside too, like the other lady. I think we should play this one.
Did you just hear the news of Jimmy Kimmel? If this isn't an answer to prayer,
And if this isn't a reason to thank Charlie Kirk.
I think you asked for prayer for your shirt to stay on. Lord have mercy. We good. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now this one.
It is official. Jimmy Kimmel has been pulled indefinitely. Apparently, he made some remarks voicing some.
Wait a minute. She's at the pool doing this? It would be fire if she dropped her phone in the pool. I don't want to hear no more. She not drop her phone in the pool. What is this one? Uh-oh.
Remember when everyone was like, when do we know when to leave? Right now. Like, if you're going to leave and you need a sig sign, dog, like, we're there. Like, we're there. Like, Jimmy Kimmel got pulled for making Charlie Kirk comments, for, like, comments he made about Charlie Kirk. Dog, they pulled Jimmy Kimmel off the air for his comments. We are screwed. Like, Dog,
I can't keep listening to you. You pausing, you dogging. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we keep going. We're gonna do a couple more and then get them out of here. Oh no, ma'am. Why are you? How you gonna do a video with a microphone and your volume is low? Like, did you not listen to this back? Y'all trying my patience today. This is what. Wait a minute. Everybody said TikTok is where you get the best content. Somebody lied to me.
Jimmy Kimmel's just been canceled.
Why are you so close?
Jimmy Kimmel's show has just been canceled.
Oh Lord, she's glitching. Oh my Lord. Never mind. And what is up with her eyes? She did this on the train. She's on the Long Island Railroad doing this. She's in rush hour doing this. You paid peak price to do this. Oh no. No, we're not playing this. All right, let me see what she told.
The SEC commissioner just pressured ABC to take Jimmy Kimmel off the air. Yes, that Jimmy Kimmel, the iconic figure in late night television.
Okay, lady. Okay. All right. Where is it? I'm sorry, fam. I gotta do it. Cause she's just over here lying.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
I know she didn't just say that out of her lips.
I hope that the same people that condemned the attack on Charlie Kirk as being an attack on public and political discourse.
What's that? What? Hey, wait a minute. Why not? Breaking gunfire reported at the home of Illinois Democratic State Senator Meg Lauren Chapel. Y'all better stop playing with me, man. Y'all better stop playing with me, man. Are y'all serious? Oh, Babylon is falling. I ain't doing no fourth live. Nope. I ain't got enough energy for this. Nope. We just went over a mass shooting in Pennsylvania. Now we got an Illinois senator getting shot at. Boy, that crime bill coming in 4 months. Oh my God! What Derek Winston say? She bitches about parking spots. Then classic TikTok. All right, we good. She look like she had Target. I could care less. We canceled Target a long time ago. Is that?
ABC just.
I hate when TikTok does that. That ain't the video I clicked.
All right, players, we got breaking news, and I'm pretty sure that Frumpy Dump is as happy as a MAGA flag flying in a roach-infested trailer park in the backwoods of Arkansas. because he has successfully silenced Jimmy Kimmel. According to reporting, ABC has pulled Jimmy Kimmel's live show indefinitely after comments he made about Charlie Kirk. Let's talk about it. Now, I listened to the clip where Jimmy Kimmel was talking about Charlie Kirk, and I would play it for you, but unfortunately, I don't know if ABC is going to be issuing copyright violations for it. So I'll just give you a synopsis of what it said. He basically said that MAGA is working overtime to try to change the narrative regarding the death of Charlie Kirk, but Frumpy Dump appears to have moved on his fourth stage of grief. And then he played like that clip where Frumpy Dump was asked about how he was doing after Charlie Kirk passed away, and he said he's doing okay, and he immediately started talking about his building the ballroom at the White House. So, of course, MAGA was waiting on the edge of their seats for Jimmy Kimmel to say anything about Charlie Kirk other than he was snotting and crying about his passing. So Frumpy Dump's chosen FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, who worked for the Heritage Foundation, who are the authors of Project 2025, went on with Benny Johnson, who is a podcaster today.
His name is Benny Jackass, but I see what you were saying.
And he accused Jimmy Kimmel of spreading misinformation and said that the FCC may have a case against ABC. And a few hours later,
I'm cool, Ed. We're not endorsing that. Bye-bye.
This statement saying that Jimmy Kimmel.
We do not endorse conspiracy theories unless I tell y'all we in conspiracy theory mode. So we're not going to put information out there like that. Come back again with that. Thank you so much.
Comments about the death of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our national political discourse, and we do not believe they reflect the spectrum of opinions, views, or values of the local communities who we are located. Continuing to give Mr. Kimmel a broadcast platform in the
Mandy, thank you for the $5. That's a blessing. You said, hi, read my comments. I'm trying to let you know what's happening. I mean, we playing it, but I appreciate the $5 nonetheless. That's a blessing. And even though this ain't my StreamYard show, wait, that's the wrong one. We appreciate it nonetheless. I think this is no one. You get this here. All right. Let's see what this black woman talking about.
The communities we serve is simply not in the public interest at the current time. And we have made the difficult decision to preempt his show in an effort to let cooler heads prevail as we move toward the resumption of respectful, constructive dialogue. ABC also said that they're suspending Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. So y'all know Frumpy Dump was just waiting on something like this. He was probably foaming at the mouth as Jimmy Kimmel was talking about Charlie Kirk.
Okay, great.
And
I'm great. That's good. That's cool. Okay, we heard enough. Anybody? Now, you know we got to hear what the big bed said. Oh, he talking about them cops getting shot. Never mind. Candace Owens, of course, she put something, but that was from last year. He was crying after Trump won. I remember that. All right, I think somebody with a MAGA hat on. Okay.
CBS News.
Never mind. They didn't want me to play it.
Breaking news.
Breaking news! The Jimmy Kimmel show is gone forever!
We didn't even get that confirmed. This is why I said media is the enemy. And he has music behind it, so we can't play it. But I think y'all get the gist of it. Jimmy Kimmel screwed up. And look, he got an early weekend, family. He got 5 days off. He might be out of a job on Friday. We ain't sure yet. So, because he's trying to be controversial, and he didn't know how to play the game right. So there's that. But anyway, hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I'll try to be better next time. Thank you for running up the numbers. We damn near hit 2,000. That was fun. I saw some of y'all's jokes. Some of y'all was out of line, but we're going to let it ride. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. If you did, that's great. If not, hey, we may see you around again. Be here tomorrow, family, because there was a very fiery Piers Morgan debate that I want y'all to see. We might start that about 9:30 in the morning. Might do that. It was very fiery. And from a black family, you won't believe who he had on. It was beautiful. So we're going to go over that tomorrow. I'm sure y'all going to be in there and y'all going to have some choice words for that panel, but we'll let y'all have your fun tomorrow morning. It's 8:40 now. Got about 3 hours, 20 minutes. I'm sure there's WNBA games on right now. There's baseball games on. People getting ready for Thursday night football. Ain't no Jimmy Kimmel tonight, so, watching local news. And you can think of it like MASH. Play the MASH music. Maybe you go to bed early tonight. Or if you've never been here, on Wednesdays, I say this. It's hump day. Go out and hump some. Get on top of your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend. It's a good night. Jimmy Kimmel lost his show. It's a good night. Put that extra oomph into it. But anyway, excuse me. Y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence. That son of a bitch got fired.